Hi everybody, I'm Chris Mutuk, your lifestyle coordinator here at the Overture in Virginia Beach. Today we're going to be talking about the story of the U.S. flag. As Americans prepare to celebrate Flag Day on June 14th, we pause to remember some history and interesting facts about the flag of the United States. The origins of Flag Day can be traced back to June 1975, when the Second Continental Congress met in Philadelphia to create a unified colonial force to fight in the American Revolution. At the beginning of the Revolutionary War, colonists were not united under a single flag, but instead fought as independent regiments, each under its own flag. Examples of regiment flags include the iconic coiled rattlesnake with the refrain, "Don't tread on me," and one depicting a pine tree and a slogan that reads, "An appeal to heaven." To better organize and form a cohesive force, the Continental colors were created. This became known as the Grand Union Flag, bearing 13 alternating red and white stripes and a British Union Jack in the canton. Some of the founding fathers felt this first design was too similar to the British flag at that time, and George Washington quickly came to believe that flying it was counterproductive to the revolutionary effort. 2 years after the Grand Union Flag was created, the Second Continental Congress was busy drafting the Articles of Confederation. They took time out on June 14, 1777 to pass a resolution declaring that the flag of the United States would consist of 13 stripes, alternating red and white, and the Union would be represented by 13 white stars upon a blue field. When Philadelphia seamstress Betsy Ross first sewed the Stars and Stripes flag, she placed the stars in a circle in the canton. In another version of the flag that was created for the U.S. Navy, the stars were arranged in 5 rows. 3 rows of 3 stars and 2 rows of 2 stars. Exactly who designed these flags remain a mystery, although legend holds that Betsy Ross made the first design upon direct request from George Washington. So the design of the flag evolved through several versions over the course of a century. Then on June 14, 1885, a Wisconsin school teacher named Bernard J. Sigrin displayed a 10-inch U.S. flag bearing 38 stars on his desk and asked his students to write essays about the flag's significance. It was an isolated observance, but it marked the beginning of what would become nationwide recognition of Flag Day. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson made the holiday official by proclaiming June 14 as Flag Day. 3 decades later, in 1949, President Harry Truman signed an act of Congress designating June 14 as the National Flag Day and called for the display of the flag on all federal government buildings. As we prepare to celebrate this year, we learn about the American symbol we fondly refer to as Old Glory. Now we go to the evolution of the flag. While it is not known with certainty who designed the first Stars and Stripes flag, some historians believe it was New Jersey Congressman Francis Hopkinson. The design turned out to be very adaptable and therefore well suited to a fledgling republic that would expand greatly over the next 2 centuries. The star field, conceived initially to represent a new constellation, came to represent the number of states. In 1818, when there were 20 states, Congress enacted a new plan that changed the number of stars on the flag to 20 and called for the addition of the 1 new star each time a state was admitted. At the same time, the number of stripes, which had expanded to 15 by 1795, was permanently set at 13 to represent the original colonies. By 1912, there were 48 states, and President Taft drafted an executive order establishing the proportions of the flag and calling for the arrangement of stars in 6 horizontal rows of 8. When the 49th and 50th state were admitted in 1959, the 2 stars were added, and President Eisenhower issued an executive order providing the arrangement of stars as we see them today.